Hello, fellow rock stars. My name is Ian Griffith, and I am a rock star in the making. I had a unique childhood as I never met my father or had a true father figure. However, this gave me the opportunity to choose my role models. And as a teenager, I would study books. I would sit in the bookstore in the corner and read self-help books all day long. There was one book that had the greatest effect of all of them. It was called Unleash the Power Within. I loved this book. I loved it so much that I bought the tapes. I read the books. I redesigned my life. And I ended up realizing I love wisdom so much that I ended up going into Toastmasters and I would share what I learned. There at Toastmasters, I won a 3-foot trophy. And I started speaking to groups on teams, and my team got a bronze medal in California for speaking. I went to college, still trying to teach and help everyone I could. I became a psychology major and a resident advisor. On the health and wellness floor, I would teach yoga and meditation. I loved it so much, but I was told not to major in anything minor. So I got a computer degree and I got a job at Intel. I was convinced that I could still make that impact. I organized all kinds of charities. I even did spinning for 11 hours to get $5,000 in donations for the National Center for Disabled Children. I created large groups of people that I would train and help spiritually or physically. I would take 8 of them at a time at lunch and get them into classes and get them the fittest of their lives. I would help people find their husbands, get over suffering, and get the job and pay of their dreams. I would guide them in making vision boards and then help them to get whatever was on the vision board. However, no matter how many dream building sessions I did, I knew there could be more. I thought, okay, it'll happen in my job when I'm a manager. And yes, I did have bigger things then, but it didn't quench my thirst. I became a director and I realized that I could make an impact, but it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. All the while at these companies, I was transmuting my passion into other areas. Outside of my company, I had a DJ friend who wanted to give up DJing, his dream. His wife said he had to be an X-ray technician, and there were only 2 people listening to him. I said, no, Dimitri, you can't let this happen. I won't let this happen. I have a vision of you being larger than life, of healing people with your beautiful music. And I can amplify that. So I ended up spending 3 years of my life and making him one of the top DJs on the West Coast. He had 3 radio shows and he was the resident at 3 of the top clubs in San Francisco. I dived deep into videos and photos, buying all kinds of equipment, learning how to edit, and I take massive action. I become a master webmaster and I end up having a website with more traffic than Oakenfold, Madonna, Grateful Dead, or even Deep Dish, who break records, and my videos play regularly in front of 5,000 people every week. And when I make these videos, I cry because I know I'm making these videos to lyrics that my friends play that brings up so many spirits. That's truly what I wanted. I continue though to feel like I'm meant for more. I create teams for obstacle races and I coach my friends to get through them, showing how they can get through any obstacles. We have so many medals I can't even count them. Still, something is missing. So one of my racing buddies reaches out to me. He says he's going to Tony Robbins. I'd never gone. I convinced myself I knew what was on those tapes, and that was enough. But this time I decided to go as a refresher. Then On the third day, I had for me the moment that changed my entire life. Tony Robbins took me into the past, and all of a sudden, I realized I'd forgotten my true dreams. I had a flash, and I realized the truth was in my journals. I frantically went home and searched through my garage. I couldn't believe my luck. It was there, like a time capsule, like a message from the past brought to the future, so that I could read it right now and I would never forget what I almost did, my true dreams. And here's what is said. I want to help as many people as I possibly can. I want to reach positive limits. I want to be a speaker and to give, to love, to dream, to live. I want to write a book of being around amazing people, and I want to ease the suffering in the world and make a tremendous impact. I am just a small rock being thrown into the ocean. However, if I land just right, I can make waves that rock the world till the end of time. And I went through all my journals and I highlighted everything that was true. And guess what? It was all still true. Nothing had changed in 20 years. All of a sudden, that spell was broken. I felt a pent-up passion of 20 years unleashed within my soul, and the relief of knowing I hadn't forgotten. I still have a chance to do everything that resonates deep within me, and always has. I know I want this more than anything. Wow. I love Tony Robbins so much that I created a room to share the lessons and challenge people, to prime, to incant, to give gratitude, to discuss the lessons learned. Again, my transmuted love of wisdom coming out. I had to speak just 2 days after Tony Robbins in front of my company of 500 people. I decided I would make my speech outstanding, and I went past the requirements they asked for. I talked about contribution and gratitude, and I realized deeply that my soul has wanted to tell people all the things I've learned throughout the years to pay it forward. My entire company was moved and stunned, and some people did charity for the first time in their life. I immediately decided this is what I want, and I signed up for intensive studying in speaking and coaching. I went to a speaking boot camp, and I went there with the intention of making the teacher feel like I was his peer. Everyone spoke, and I spoke again about gratitude, and he said, "Wow, that is TED Talk worthy. I want to train you to do a TED Talk on gratitude." And so we will. I continued my certifications, and I went and was certified just 2 weeks ago, directly before UPWLA, which was amazing. The second time, from my new perspective as I grew so much, was just mind-blowing compared to the first. Nothing has changed. In my whole life, this is what I was, but now my desire is on fire. I'm ready to do what it takes. More than anything, I want to make a positive impact on this world. What do I want from this group? I want to spark my rock star and to go full force into the jungle. I want to be taken to the beautiful state of flow and to move forward into my dreams. I want to fulfill my destiny. If I'm on my deathbed and I know I haven't done what I promised myself I would, to give my light to the world on a massive scale, I will not be satisfied. So this is where I'm going. I hope you can help me get there. Thank you.